What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, well, we have a proposal in the mix that is currently passing. This was the one to turn on all of the DAO LP rewards. And as you can see here, this became an actual proposal yesterday, so the voting closes in 6 days. As of now, we're at about 150 million votes, which is a significant amount, and we're sitting just above passing, right? We're at 71% out of like the 66.67% that's needed. And if we look at all of the completed ones here, the most recent one only took like 200,000 votes. We've seen as high as 258, as high as 302 million votes. So we're maybe like halfway there, with it still kind of currently passing. And I'm not sure what the temperature is. I've tried to hop into Discord and see, but I basically just wanted to provide what I think are the context for the pros and cons for this specific thing. And granted, we talked about it already in the pre-proposal, but with so much focus on liquidity pools, and I know I posted that video talking about how like liquidity pools could take us to the moon yesterday, that this is something that actually doesn't impact that. So just keep that in mind, right? Because the specific liquidity pools I was talking about yesterday were the DEC and stablecoin ones, right? So the DEC BUSD and then DEC DAI. Whereas right now, it looks like what's going to be impacted are the SPS BNB and SPS Ethereum, which do have significantly high APRs that could be taken down. So what are the risks, right? And let me just go ahead and just click on this just for context. Here are the cons. If you are going to put in, or start accounting for like $800,000 worth of value in the SPS BNB and $100,000 worth of value in the SPS ETH, the rewards are going to come down because you're going to start counting for more there. Therefore, it's going to be distributed amongst more. And ultimately, that could lead to certain folks removing liquidity because the returns are just not as high. Now, I actually don't think the SPS ETH is that significant, considering like it's 100,000, right? So we have 800 and 100,000, right? 828 and 118. So if we go back over here, we can see in the pools what's currently counted. And so for SPS BNB, this is something that could be significantly impacted because this would essentially double the amount of liquidity that would be counted, right? There's 828. So this SPS BNB APR could come down to like 23-ish%, 22.5% or something like that. Whereas the SPS ETH wouldn't come down as significantly because there's about 800,000, almost 900,000 worth of liquidity, and you're going to add another 100,000 on there. So I would expect this to probably be in the high 30% range. So what is the risk? Well, I mean, what is the downside for all of us providing liquidity? It's going to reduce the overall rewards that are paid out because it's going to reduce the share that you have in these liquidity pools. So it could actually reduce liquidity simply due to the fact that people would be leaving. And if you look at it right now, even though the DAO's LP contributions are not counted towards the rewards, they do count towards the depth, right, of the liquidity pools. So it would be a net loss for the liquidity pools to lose people because all of a sudden more assets inside are being counted for the rewards. So that is, I don't want to say an insignificant, so it is a significant risk factor there. But ultimately, if we do believe in the value of SPS going up over time, those APRs should start to climb once again, right? We've already seen them climb with SPS going from 1.5 to 2.4 cents. Now, what's the positive here? And I actually think that this is a major positive, is the fact that at least on like the SPS BNB side, a lot of the SPS that's paid out to this pool will no longer be sold. In fact, it's going to be locked up in the DAO, meaning that there's no sell pressure. And a lot of the folks here, one of the biggest gripes that I have with the way that the liquidity pools are designed is that no matter what, you have to sell SPS in order to compound your gains. That's just how it is. It sucks. And I mean, this isn't unique to Splinterlands, but I'm just saying, like, this, even if you want to stay invested in the ecosystem, you have to have sell pressure on your primary token, which sucks, right? So whether it's the SPS BNB pool where you're earning an SPS, so you still need to sell half your SPS in order to put more assets and to compound your gains back into the SPS BNB pool, or you do the stablecoin ones, right? Like DEC and BUSD. Well, now I have to sell all the SPS that I get from that. I would have to sell all 71, SPS that I have here divided by 2, right? Half to DEC, half to BUSD, but that's 100% sell pressure on the SPS that I'm earning. By having the DAO take some of that in. And we know the Dow is going to be holding it long term. Well, now you are reducing the amount of sell pressure, right, significantly, because 800,000 or 900,000 liquidity is not an insignificant amount. And then B, you're actually locking up that SPS in the Dow to be used at a future date. So again, I think it's significant. I think it's warranted. And I actually, even though I haven't voted yet, I am leaning towards voting yes. But before I do, I wanted to put this video out where I gave my kind of perspective on the pros and cons, and just gave it to you guys to see how everybody here feels about it. And maybe somebody can talk me more towards it, more against it. But I figured I would see what your comments were. So I'll go ahead and cut the video here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.